Hello, and welcome back to the Engineering Rap Podcast. I guess I'm your host, SB125. This is episode 3, and today we're going to talk about Tyler Creator album Igor, came out today. Also going to talk about Father Asahd by DJ Khaled. Those are my first listen through kind of reactions and my thoughts. And finally, I'm gonna actually talk about some engineering, because I always say we talk about engineering, rap, and sometimes engineering with rap. But this time we're actually gonna talk about engineering. Gonna talk about finding an internship and what I've learned when finding an internship. I've not found an internship yet, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll get into that much later. But yeah, so I guess the first thing we should look into, first thing I said was Igor. Igor. Tyler the Creator album. I was really excited for this when he announced it because I wasn't expecting, well, actually, I kind of was expecting it to come out this year. But, the, the amazingness that Flower Boy was, Flower Boy was such a different direction that Tyler went in. And I feel like Tyler's going in the same direction and he's still fleshing out that kind of lane for that was kind of in Flower Boy. It's kind of not exactly the same, but it's kind of like a similar sound, which I think the first thing I have to compliment is the production on this. The production is very unique, and I love it. And I feel like Tyler is really getting into like a more, I don't know, it felt disco-y to me. Like it was more poppy, but it still had that nice. It still was rap, but it's like it turned into more R&B at some points, which is actually pretty good. Now by far my favorite track was What's Good. Uh, that was my favorite beat that was on here, and that was my favorite song. But I did like all the tracks. I understood why Tyler put them all there, and I personally really liked it. But let's get a bit more into the themes of this. The themes of this, a lot of it's relationship based. I noticed that a lot towards the back half of this album. A lot of this was relationship based, and I also noticed that he did not list any features, although there are features on here, which is very interesting as a lot of artists are starting to do that, and I don't know why exactly, but it's happening. So I guess I gotta get used to it, but usually I'm used to just seeing, oh, so and so's on this track. That's cool, but it's actually a pretty nice surprise when you hear somebody like, oh, who is that? Uh, I think, for example, ASAP Rocky was on New Magic 1. Frank Ocean was on one of these tracks. I forgot what. Blood Orange is, I think, on the first or second track, which is also cool. There's also Caliucci's, I think, was on the first track. I think her vocals pop up here and there. But I feel like Tyler really struck it on the nail when it came to the features. The features weren't too intruding, and it was cool. I really liked this album. Uh, yeah, Earthquake was also good. I like how Gerard Carmichael had those uh, little pieces of like a couple of sentences here and there throughout the album that also helped kind of tie it together. Um, yeah, so there was a post that said by Tyler the Creator that said to listen to it without interruptions. I did do that, and I think he was right. This is really good. Just just putting your whole attention to it, you can see that Tyler the Creator is really pushing the envelope when it comes to his creativity, and and it's just really good. I don't know if it's better than Flower Boy. I wouldn't say that yet, and it's literally been less than 24 hours since it came out. So that takes time to really marinate and figure out. But so far, I'm really liking this album. Like this is like an 8.5 out of 10. Like it's pretty good just based off the first listen alone. I really like where Tyler's going with this. And obviously there are a couple of bops that we can just bring back, which is great. So, yeah, um, I'm really liking this album. So, I don't know what else to really talk about. Uh, I guess we can talk about how really Tyler the Creator is really, I guess, getting more comfortable maybe with his sexuality because I feel like he kind of tiptoes around it a little bit, like in the song of Boy is a Gun. And I feel like there's a couple of references that are just like, you know, like maybe, you're just like, oh yeah. Because his parka is Comme, you're my favorite garçon. That, I think garçon is French for boy. So, you know, I feel like Tyler is really tiptoeing and starting to get more comfortable with that. And he really talks about relationships a lot um, in this album. And yeah, I also love this sample-based production. I know Tyler, the Creator, did a lot of the. He said he did all of the production on here too, which is it's all really good. It's just so creative. I love it. Okay. Anyway, I should probably stop rambling. But yeah, overall, just after one listen, this is very fucking good. I love it. Uh, yeah. Okay. I guess moving on. Let's move on to Father of Asahd, DJ Khaled. Well, DJ Khaled usually has a history of having some pretty lackluster albums, I would think, because it's just usually just a mishmash of just features. It's just feature porn, really. Like, really, you look at a DJ Khaled album just to see who's on the feature list. Like, you don't look at it for anything else. I think his last album really wasn't that good. At least I didn't think it was that good because it was just a bunch of eh songs. Like, I think the only thing that I could really say was that I could really get down with was like Wild Thoughts, but even then I'd rather listen to the original Santana, you know, version. So really wasn't that good. But, like even before that, Major Key wasn't bad, you know. There were a couple of things where I would say, you would say, okay, this works, you know. I was more excited about Major Key, I would think, because it had Kendrick Lamar on there, it had J. Cole, it had, did it have Lil Wayne? I don't remember. Uh, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, and then I think it had Alicia Keys at some point, I think, right? I have no clue. I don't remember the track list. Um, yeah, I guess maybe his other, I think his peak was definitely maybe around like 2012, 2013. Those were the albums I feel like had the most bops. Let me actually look it up. Like I changed a lot, and I think Suffering from Success probably had the most bops here. They're also pretty short, just like Father of Assad is. Like I remember Gold Slugs. I remember um hmm, Hold You Down. So yeah, even then I changed a lot. Didn't really have as much as I thought it did. Maybe Suffering from Success had more. I'm looking at it right now. It's really whatever. Yeah. No New Friends. Yeah. Ah, I see. Yeah, I feel like I really haven't heard a lot of DJ Khaled like tracks. Well, there's not really I don't know how much DJ Khaled actually does, but yeah, I think. Well, actually, hold on. I think okay, Kiss the Ring had Bitches and Bottles. Let's get it started, which I remember. Take It to the Head. I remember Take It to the Head. Uh, yeah, I feel like it was just like 2011 that's really was like was it on We the Best Forever? Like yeah, I'm on one. Welcome to My Hood. Uh, fucking what else was there? So obviously, oh really? Wait, where's whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I wasn't really surprised. I wasn't really wowed by any DJ Khaled albums, really. But this one wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't like amazing or anything. But I feel like this had it had better songs. And I feel like the songs kind of had a better, like more similar theme. Like I guess beat wise maybe, or just like in terms of sometimes subject matter. That just really, I feel like this was a more cohesive project than the other ones. I like the 070 Shake feature on the first track, Holy Mountain. Wish Wish was low key fire. I like the 21 Savage verse on that. Jealous was alright. Just Us with This Is a. I was surprised that I didn't notice this until I looked it up, but Miss Jackson was sampled in Just Us, and I didn't really notice. I don't know why, but I don't know. It didn't really bother me. I saw it on Twitter. A lot of people were bothered by that. I didn't really notice. A lot of the times I don't notice samples. That's just me, I guess. I'm stupid or whatever, but yeah. You Stay was alright. I like the J Balvin feature on that. Celebrate was not great. Higher was really good because you know, it had the Limpsey Hustle on there, and that was just a very chilling verse. After he passed, and that was just really weird to hear him talk about. You know, like he wants to provide, and he's like he's going. You know, he's going places, and then I'm like, oh, right. And then the Nas verse was alright. There was a CeeLo Green. Weather the Storm. I don't know about Weather the Storm. I like Big Boy Talk with Jeezy and Rick Ross. I always liked Rick Ross on features. Rick Ross is always um that always brings something to the table, especially with that. I think by far the singles that came out were by far the worst tracks on here. Top Off was trash. No Brainer was even more trash. They're both terrible tracks. I don't know why he kept them on here, I guess. Like the quality difference between Top Off and No Brainer, I think, is is miles behind the other tracks. Even the ones that were alright were better than Top Off and No Brainer. Like 100%. Anyway, the last two tracks were also pretty cool too. I liked the Big Sean one with Thank You. That was cool. Holy Ground with Buju Banton was also pretty cool. It was a nice way to close out the track, as he was also on the first track. And the first and last track had a very more like, you know, natural instrumentation behind it, which was really cool. Which is probably why I liked Holy Mountain and Holy Ground. Ah, I get it. I get it now. See, there is a little bit of consistency. There, the DJ Khaled thought about the track placement. I like that. I like that. Anyway, yeah. So this was a pretty good DJ Khaled album, which means it's an alright album overall. Usually, usually, you know, DJ Khaled having another one, usually just doesn't mean that it's gonna be great. But you know what? This one was alright. This one was alright. I kind of liked it. All I do is win was on Victory, DJ Khaled's album Victory. Uh huh. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I'm just looking around. Anyway. Cool. So yeah, that's what I thought about those two albums. Igor was pretty good. I would say Igor is probably one of the better albums this year so far. It's definitely up there at the very least so far. And Father of Asahd was alright. It was better than what I expected, definitely. I didn't expect much from a DJ Khaled album, but I'm kind of glad I listened to it. So, yeah. Okay, now let's move on to what I learned about internships and finding internships. What I learned. Well, one thing I learned, well, finding internships first off is difficult. Like difficult. Like there's so many people, especially in my major. It's really competitive. So like you have all these smart people and they just snatch up the internships off the bat. And like all the people that are good at talking, like take it too. I'm not good with talking. Like I'm gonna be honest. I might be able to get a little bit, but I'm not that. I'm not like a smooth talker. I can't like convince people to do anything really. So that's just how I feel. But even though that's just how I am. That's just my personality. I'm not really much of a smooth talker, but I guess I can try. But yeah, you really have to be a smooth talker. You have to have like an impressive ass resume if you apply only online. That's what I learned. Applying online is a bitch. Like you're competing with everybody, and it's like, what the hell? Right? What the hell do I have to do? Like I have, I haven't, I don't have an internship before that. I couldn't because I was a freshman. I wouldn't have an internship before last year, right? This year I'm looking for an internship. I have a little bit of class experience, right? So I was thinking maybe I can get something. Nope. Hell no. Of course not. So yeah, it's pretty not great, but yeah, it wasn't great. But I guess some things I learned is that if you're gonna apply online, you better have a damn good resume and you better have a damn good cover letter too. Like if you have something that's just all right, you're getting binned real quick. Unless you know people, you getting binned, right? You got like the best results I've gotten was by far just talking to people that came to a career fair or talking to people that your university has events with employers. Just go to that, meet the people, meet the recruiter, get their LinkedIn, get their email, whatever, right? Tell them that when you apply online, just say that, oh, this person referenced me, right? That might help you out. But those are the times where I got actual interviews or interview offers. And I learned this the hard way. Skip class if you have a fucking interview. Skip class. Fuck it, dude. This is a fucking job. Fuck that class. Literally, fuck that class. It's only gonna be an hour. It's only an hour of your life. You can catch up. Don't be a little bitch. Skip class. I learned that the hard way because I got an interview offer and I was just thinking, damn, I don't have time. I have to go to class. And then people would tell me, what the fuck are you doing? Just go to the fucking interview. Skip class. I don't usually skip class. I've never skipped class. You know, you gotta get over that. Fucking skip class. So I learned from that mistake. Now I really, if I get an interview offer, I'm on it. I'm on it ASAP. You gotta go whenever you gotta go. Unless you have a test, just go. Just go. You can catch up. Doesn't matter. You know. Uh, yeah. What else did I learn? I learned, yeah, go in person, talk to the people. You know, you can try to email the recruiter if you know their email. That also helps a lot. Keep in touch with them. Ask them what's popping and shit. Because that really is that's what gets you. Those connections really get you. If you got an in, then you in. Yeah, you'll at least get an interview. They'll at least put some penny into you and get you an interview. But you know, that's just how it is. You really gotta hustle for all this shit, dude. It's like, right? Because a lot of people don't hustle. Also, make sure you keep track of what companies you applied to, because you don't want to get like an email, like you don't want to get like a phone call, and you like you pick up and you just like, who is this? And then you're just like, oh, it's this company. It's like, did I apply to this company? And then you're not sure, and then that just makes you look like a bitch, you know? If you knew that you applied to this company, you wrote it down and shit somewhere, you keep a log of it, then you can be like, oh shit, right, I applied to this company and what's popping, right? But also make sure you research the company before you do anything, because there's a lot of companies that are fucking terrible. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I just had to vent a little bit because I ain't getting no internship. Yeah, I'm working on getting co-op now because I feel like a co-op would be real nice to get. Full year of experience, 3 rotations, 3 or 4 rotations. It's real good. You graduate a year later, but if it gets me, it makes it easier to get a job, I'll do it. Cause I don't want to leave college without getting like some experience with the field that I want to be in. That's just with anything. If you a salesperson, get you some sales experience. If you an engineering person, get you some engineering experience. If you like, visual arts person, get you a visual arts experience. You gotta do what you gotta do in order to build up your portfolio. Once you build that up, it's hard to deny that you got talent. Especially if you did some major shit. Major key alert, right? Like DJ Khaled. Anyway, it wasn't planned. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah. So major key alert. Fuck. Why did I do that? That's such a bad. That's so corny. That's like outdated. That's outdated as fuck. That's like 3 years old. Anyway. 3 or 4 years old. Shit. Anyway. Nah. Yeah. Talk to people in person. Keep track of what companies you applied to. Don't be a bitch when it comes to going in for interviews. That's some things that I learned. I hope people have more common sense than I do, and they actually already knew that. But that's how it is. I guess I'll just end the episode here. Uh, you know, keep leaving those comments about how it can improve, and leave a like, subscribe, share this podcast if you want. We ain't got no sponsors, so we can't shout out any sponsors. But shout out to myself. No, I'm joking. All right, it's been SB125, and yeah, see ya. Peace.